Biz Chicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biz Chicks TV. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from Biz Chicks, and welcome to Coffee Talks. We always like to get started with a exciting topic for the week to get people fired up so that they can begin that wonderful journey of entrepreneurship and building a successful business and life. So our topic today, I think, is going to really set things going for the month. If you haven't already started, hey, here's something that should really interest you. Friend, what is our topic today?
We are talking about your personal advisory board.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, we have coaches, we got cheerleaders, we've got different people in our lives speaking into our lives. But
Hmm.
sometimes I think that we overlook having that personal board of advisors. So, can you picture having a trusted group of experts that are cheering you on and offering you sound guidance at every stage of your business journey?
Wow. Sometimes I think um, they really have to be trusted advisors because we can get confused with every suggestion and shiny thing that passes. And if we have trusted advisors, they're going to say, look, stay with the plan, get a plan, work the plan. Are you on the plan? To remind us, you know, because there's so much happening every day that it's easy to get distracted. So I'm thinking that this board of advisors needs to be well chosen, and they need to be, what would you say? Well, just let's just say they need to be experienced and give really wise counsel.
So, so how do we go about doing this? So you
Mhm.
identify your key areas of need. So you
Mhm.
focus on areas where support will make the biggest difference. Is that in marketing? Is that in finance, leadership, or work? I'm going to call it work-life harmony. Um,
Mm. Mhm.
be strategic in knowing what kind of support you need before you start building your board of advisors. What kind of help do you need?
I have a question. So how do we go about that? Identifying what it is we need, or is it just identifying what we don't really have an expertise in,
Okay,
so that
so
we can then add those people to our personal advisory board?
well, and if you know that finance is not your strong point,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to get someone who has not necessarily a coach in that, but someone who can say, okay, that may not be a wise financial move, because you want somebody who is strong in the area where you are not.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
You don't want a yes person that's just going to say yes to your every whim. You want someone to check you on your um, not so great decisions.
I love it. That's a great. I love it. Well put. Or to help you identify, hey, I did this and this worked for me. Maybe it will work for you. People to give you direction based on their experience.
So you would select individuals who excel in those fields. They excel. If they excel in finance, I think I want to talk to the person who's excelling in finance.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to fly a plane, or if I need to, I think I want to talk to a pilot who excels in that arena, right? I need
Yes.
people who excel in that's their thing. If I want to learn how to shoot 3-point shots in basketball, who am I going to go see?
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry. I'm going to go talk to Steph Curry because he's done it. He is known for it, and he would be able to coach me. I'm not going to go to the guy whose percentage is like 20%. Okay, no, I need to
And
go.
we saw this recently. A lot of games can be lost just on foul shots.
Hmm.
The inability to shoot a foul shot. I'm like, you're standing and nobody's even in the way. What's the problem? Okay.
So I need to go to those individuals who
Hmm.
excel in that particular field. Um, then, when I am reaching out to them, I need to be clear and specific about why I value their perspective and how their expertise can help. I don't want to be losing money in business because I'm making wrong choices because I don't know what questions to ask. Do I need a SBA loan? Do I need to do it a different way? What questions can I ask to get done? Do I even need a loan? We
Hmm.
have Coach Karen, who is one of our biz chicks, and you can always catch her on our Wednesday episodes. She talks about she has built several businesses
Successful business.
successfully and is still doing so today.
Hmm.
And she talks about how she even when she was younger, she sold orange sections to the kids at school. She's selling orange sections, not the orange, the section of the orange.
Hmm.
Well, and she's parlayed that into business today where she can see where the money is coming in. She teaches us how to bring profits in daily. So maybe I need to have a mentor who can check me on, okay, or what does she always ask some of the clients? Okay, so you're bringing in money. Is the money, where are you spending it?
Hmm.
Are you
Hmm.
spending it on the plan? Do you have a plan? What's your plan? And are you sticking, like you said earlier, are you sticking to the plan?
Yes.
And
Are
she
you
will
on schedule?
right.
Hmm.
And she will check you on that. It-
Hmm.
we need people who are going to check you on your stuff gently and, but you give her space to do that. Are you doing what you said you were going to do?
Mm. Now, now we're talking about how to choose people,
So you're
or
choosing
we're
wisely.
assessing what is our need. Is that what we're doing first?
Yes, so you assess what you need, then you
Hmm.
choose wisely, then you ask with intention. You're clear because you don't want to waste their time. But can
Okay.
I have you? I'd like to work with you and get. I need someone who I can bounce, not necessarily bounce ideas off that, but can maybe hold me accountable. I need a mentor in this particular area. You seem to have a good grasp of how finance works in business, and I'm floundering a little bit, and I need some help. And I would love to be able to just talk with you. Not it's not going to be a weekly thing,
Hmm.
but it's a relationship. Okay.
Hmm.
So you're going to ask with intention when you're reaching out. You're going to be clear and specific about why you value their perspective and how their expertise can help. And you don't want to be vague. Be
Okay.
clear because it shows respect and preparation. I
Mhm.
know I need someone to teach me about this, or someone who can uh, lend an expertise about this. And
I
then
think
you
one of the things we really better be careful of too when we're doing this is that these folks are not working for you.
no, 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 no,
They're not employees.
no. And this is why you want to keep the relationship two-way. You share your progress regularly and offer support or value in return because
Mhm.
you have a skill set that you can share and be a mentor to someone else. Not
Mm,
necessarily that you're going to be a mentor to this particular person, but maybe there's something you can help them with. Maybe you can help them with their tech or help them set up something that they, uh, it's a two-way street.
okay.
uh, and you're going to be sharing your progress regularly, offering support, and it's not just mentorship, it's a mutual relationship that's built on trust and growth. You are
So
it,
it's
it,
mutually beneficial.
it is definitely mutually beneficial.
Okay.
um it brings to mind, we hear a lot about Jim Rome and the person who mentored him, right?
Mhm.
That person mentored him. And I remember someone telling the story. Jim Rome was like, talking to this person, this mentor, and said, well, that's all they pay me. That's all I'm getting paid. And so I can't go any further. And Jim Rome told him, no, that's all they're paying you. Other people are getting paid more than
Mhm.
that. And it's because of the way you are thinking that's holding you back. But he needed to have somebody tell him that
Mm.
they're only paying you that. Ask the other people and see how that goes. And so Jim Rome had this one person in his life, I can't remember his name, but he was always telling him things, giving him guidance and things to help him change his focus and perspective,
Mhm.
which Jim Rome took. And now we know Jim Rome's name, even though we don't know the other guy's name.
Mm.
Jim
Mhm.
Rome took the advice of the mentor, and the mentor did not have to mentor him,
No, he didn't.
but he gave him some points. And that's the other thing. When a mentor gives you some points, kind of do what they say. If especially if
Oh
you're,
my gosh.
they're telling you, okay, you need to do ABCD, go do ABCD, not EFG and whatever. Just go do what they asked and do what they said. Now you asked for the help.
Exactly. Especially when you come back and they say, and you say, I need more help. And they're like, well, did you do A, B, and C? What is your answer going to be? What are you going to say? I
Oh,
asked
I
you
didn't
for
read
help.
that yet. There's a lot of times our mentor, one of the mentors I have, they said, well, I read a book a week.
Hmm.
Okay, that's a hint.
For
Maybe
how
I
they
should pick
got
up
where
a
they are.
book and read
Oh my gosh.
a book a week. It's not hard, especially with Audible. It's really not hard. And then because you're going to glean something from everything that you read,
Mm.
and it's going to make you a better person. So set a rhythm of connection. Schedule regular check ins
Mhm.
quarterly or biannually to discuss current challenges, celebrate
Okay.
your wins, and strategize next steps. You
Mm.
notice it, we're not talking about you have a weekly meeting with this person.
Okay, because now you've turned that into a job for them.
Right. This is them meeting you every quarter, just like, hey Jim, just checking in today, or Janet, I'm just checking in today just to let you know how things are going. How are things with you? You're
Mhm.
talking, this is mutually beneficial.
Yes.
So you're going to discuss your current challenges, you're going to celebrate your wins, and you're going to strategize your next steps. Okay. Then you build genuine relationships, not just formal meetings.
Okay.
So this is focusing on connection, not corporate formality. Your board of advisors should be made up of people who genuinely want to see you succeed.
Absolutely.
but they're not going to do the work for you.
And they're not there to listen to you whine. They have other things to do.
Right. So
You
you're
know,
going to state your case
they're
and
going to
not
make some
quite
suggestions.
say that again.
They're going to make some suggestions.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if I could do that. They're going to ask you, "Can I coach you on this?" Okay, have you thought about A, B, C, D? Perhaps you want to do this. Try it, and then they're going to leave you to go do it.
Mhm.
And if you do it, well. If you don't, well, not.
It will show up. Let's
Mhm.
let's let's do this. For example, you're calling someone to learn how to train your dog. So every once in a while, you call them and say, you know what? I've got this going on with the dog and that going on with the dog. And they say, well, did you teach the dog how to sit? Did you train the dog how to, some basic stuff that they told you to do? They may have told you three things: potty train the dog, you know what I mean? Whatever you need to do. Um, And then you come back and you say, well, the dog is still, doing this, that, and the other, or now I got this problem. Before they move on to problem A, B, and C, they're going to want to know, did you do what they asked you to do in the first place? Because just like anybody else, if I give you advice and you just listen and then go do what you want, my question is, why are we having this second conversation?
Right. There's that. Because there are things that we should be doing that we're not doing the way we're supposed to. Like with the dog training analogy.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was getting the dog trained. Well, the trainer really wasn't training the dog.
Exactly.
The
He
dog,
was,
training
he was
me.
explaining to you how to train the dog, right?
Right. But he was training us because the human has to work with the dog. So they're telling us how the dog behaves, and this is the dog's MO, and this is the
Mhm.
dog's behavior. But you have to be firm. You need to make them do what you say. If you tell the dog to go to the crate, you need to make sure the dog goes to the crate. Not like, because dogs are smart, they'll go and lay down and put their head down and be complicit, but you didn't go to the crate.
Mhm.
So if I don't make the dog go to the crate, the dog is going to usurp their desire instead of doing what I asked them to do. Go to the
Mhm.
crate does not mean lay down on the floor, even though you're laying down and you're quiet. You're not
Uh-huh.
in the crate.
Exactly.
So if the dog trainer asks me, so how's the dog behaving? Well, every time I tell them to go to the crate, they lay down on the floor. Well, then, okay, I'm not doing my job.
The question is, but what did you do? You see what I'm saying? So if you are in business and you come to me for advice and I say ABC worked for me and maybe you want to try it, and then you come back a month later and say, you know what? I'm really upset because A, B, and C didn't work for me because, well, how often did you do it? Well, I did it once and it just didn't work.
Mm,
When when the advice was to do it daily.
right. So you're going to set your rhythm of connection. You're going
Hmm.
to schedule regular check-ins. Schedule regular check-ins. You just don't show up. It could be quarterly, could be biannually, and get on their calendar. And see, that's
Mm,
the other thing that I'm seeing too. Get on somebody's calendar. Don't just accost them in the grocery store or when they're walking into a room just because you see them. Hey, I'm working on my next da 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 da. But you didn't take time and value their time and schedule an appointment for them to see
mm,
you. Most people that you deal with right now If they don't have a human assistant, they have a calendar. They can send you a link and book an appointment. Just don't walk up to somebody, hey, can I ask you about this thing? Da 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 da. No, get the appointment. Now, if they invite you to say to you, hey, what do you got going on? Then that's different. But
Mhm.
you want to book an appointment with that person to do your check-in,
Well,
not
it
just
definitely makes the conversation more structured, more focused. It shows you respect their time, and you come with specifics, not don't be rambling. People like, well, I'm not sure exactly what I wanted to talk to you about, but I just know I need to talk to you.
no, you have it together.
How do we
So,
work with that?
right. And then one of the other things is the
What
results. Go ahead.
Mhm. What is this board able to do for you? It's going to give you some strong results. It's going to build your confidence. It's
Mhm.
going to help you avoid the pitfalls and the potholes and the mistakes because, like I said, that person is knowledgeable in that specific area and they'll tell you, here's where the pothole is. And, I did this and it cost me quite a bit. Think of all the money you can save and the benefits. And then by having that advice of not making those major mistakes, your business is going to grow much faster.
Yep. So what did you say about buying a bought lesson instead of making them just
Oh my gosh. I tell people all the time, you can have this lesson I have up here on the shelf for free, or you can buy your own. And
and tapping into the insights and
Mhm,
perspectives of a personal board or a
mhm,
personal or someone as a mentor is so advantageous for you.
mhm.
Just tapping into being able to talk to somebody. Where would you be right now if you had someone to talk to about a particular thing, anything? uh, you know, we are, you are probably benefiting from someone's advice to you,
Mhm.
even now. Some part of your business that you're doing extremely well is because you listen to someone's advice.
Yep, you either read it somewhere, observed it somewhere, learned it one way or the other, or you benefited from someone's direction and guidance. So, hey, are you going to buy your own lessons or are you going to get these lessons that are already paid for?
And here's another thing I would like to say. So when you meet with your advisor on that regular check-in or whatever,
Mhm.
buy them lunch or dinner,
Okay.
pick up the tab, save it up if you have to, pick up the tab, show the appreciation, send a gift, um, something that says thank you.
It's the least you can do.
Right. And again, you're building a relationship. When you went to see grandma, you brought her some flowers or whatever. You
Drew a
just
picture if you were 5 years old.
mhm. Look, Grammy, look what I made for you. Okay, you just didn't show up empty-handed.
Mhm. Mhm.
All we're saying is that building the relationships and building your personal board, uh, don't wait. There's people with the um, resources
Mhm.
that have the power, the
Mhm.
ability, the influence, and the resources to help you. Find those individuals that you can pair up with, get it, pair, P A I R,
Mhm.
power of ability, influence, and resources to help you get done what you need to get done. And then listen to them, take their advice, and build your future self, build your business. What else? So to recap, what areas do you need help with? Is it marketing?
Mm.
In our
Finance.
yes, marketing, finance, um, and like we have our first Monday events every first Monday, and we invite people to speak at these events. We
Mhm.
invite the participants to come and they can talk about their business. We ask people to share about what it is they do and how they serve. And then the people in the room can connect with one another. Oh, I need help with photography, or
Mhm.
with I need help with my marketing. I need help with my branding. I need help setting up my calendar. Whatever, you get together to help one another, not just exchange cards. And then maybe you'll find a mentor there who's doing whatever they do, he or she does extremely well, and you get together with them and you do these things that we talked about. Find out where you need help.
Mhm.
Okay, so social media and AI is a thing. Your mentor will probably tell you that maybe it's not a good idea to put your ad in the yellow pages, not in 2025,
Mhm.
if you're looking for marketing. And we have TJ who comes on every Tuesday here, and she'll talk to us about digital marketing and
Mhm.
knowing where are the eyeballs right now. Attention is everything for your business. But if you put your attention in the wrong location, that's not going to be good. So maybe you need a marketing mentor,
Mhm.
finance mentor, leadership mentor, work harmony mentor, somebody that's going to tell you, go play.
Okay, take some time for yourself.
Go have some fun, go play. Or someone that's helped you going to be more confident in your abilities and in your leadership skills.
Mhm.
So finding out where you are, which is going to require one of the things that we tell you to do all the time, get somewhere, sit down, and just kind of look at your life. Where do you need help in your
Mhm.
business life? How are things? Take an assessment. Am I doing all that I need to do the way I need to do it? Where do I need help? It's going to take some slowing down, make an assessment, find someone. And the Biz Chicks community is a great place to find someone
Mhm.
to help mentor you in a place where you need support. That's what we're here for. So, Terry, any other things that you'd like to share?
I just want to encourage you that once you find someone who is a trusted source with the expertise in the area that you need, treat them like jewels. They are willing to spend their time. Make sure you value their time. Don't take it for granted. You don't know how long they'll be willing to give you access.
Hmm.
Okay. So make sure that you have yourself, you have assessed what it is you really need.
And then on a future program, we're going to tell you how to be a mentor and that you don't become drained.
Mhm. From compassion fatigue.
Yeah, no compassion fatigue, because we have it. We're going to tell you how to wear the cape, when to take the cape off. So stick around for that's a future conversation um, on being the mentor, being the one
Mhm.
people come to, and how to protect your time and your efforts as well.
Mhm.
So we want to say thank you for tuning in today. Uh, and like Terry always says, make sure you go to the front of your own line.
Please.
All
It's
right.
good. It's a good thing. Okay, guys. We'd love for you to um,
Become
be
a
a
part of
part
the Biz Chicks community.
mhm,
Okay.
of the Biz Chicks community. You can, because we want to share with our community what it is you do, excuse me, and how you serve. You can join Biz Chicks simply by texting Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net.
Right. And there's a couple of free downloads that we give you when you join bizchicks.net. The
Mhm.
links are working. So let us know if there's something not working, but the links are working. So download your free gifts and we will see you next week.
Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.